Hi everybody, welcome to another video. This video is going to focus on calming the brain and body during all the holiday happenings that are coming up. It is now the second week in November, and I myself am a big holiday girl. And I know that holidays are portrayed as a time of gratitude and good cheer. And the media can make anyone with less than a normal Norman Rockwell holiday gathering feel kind of inadequate. But the reality is that many people do enjoy the holidays, but for most, it provides challenges. In fact, about 90% of people report that they are actually more stressed than normal during this time of year. And this is for many reasons. Some of it's financial, some of it is triggered by the social obligations and what may feel like forced connections during these times of holiday get-togethers. Other people actually feel worse during this time of year because they might be missing loved ones past, or they might feel isolated and even rejected. So in recent articles, I've explored the powerful health-promoting aspects of healthy connections and the detriments that can come from isolation, social rejection, and toxic relationships. I feel that healthism that focuses on remaining rigid and extreme, basically, with perfection in diet and fitness is contributing to the stress. It promotes isolation and intolerance of those who don't share the same health beliefs. This can cause more stress on both the individual that's kind of avoiding those social situations that they would normally go to, and also the family members that are missing them. I believe the real health sucking issue is related to the stress of the holidays and the increased density of social interactions that people are trying to navigate through. So in the upcoming weeks, my intention is to provide you all with information and tips to have a more calming ease with the holiday season. I also am hoping that they will promote more openness and positivity with your relationships, because I believe that is a true key and the missing link in today's healthism world. So I posted my first article this week, and I'm going to provide a link for you if you're watching this in YouTube, and it's also in the video on my blog. What I talked about was how stress impacts the brain. Well, that's kind of makes sense, right? Because our brain actually perceives first if something is stressful or not. And this is based on what we were exposed to as little ones, and what our current, what they call allostatic load is. And that's basically how much of different things have triggered up on their nervous system and on our immune system from the past environmental exposures and environment and all the different things that impact our body's health. Now, acute stress can actually help immune activation and survival, but chronic long-term stress affects our ability to adapt and create negative health effects. And the brain is a key point, right? Because it triggers this stress response when we perceive something as a threat, and it releases all these stress hormones to help our body cope with it, help our metabolism to get into fight or flight and raise, more sugar. And basically all these different compounds long term can impact our immune system. They can cause more inflammation, which might go unchecked, and they affect every single system in the body. And the neural system in a healthy brain are actually remodeled by experience that enable the behavioral responses that are appropriate for the individual is experiencing. That may mean being more vigilant and actually feeling more anxious in order to move from a potentially dangerous environment. And the healthy brain is resilient about this. The unhealthy brain, which is for a lot of people today, or at least I should say the non-optimized brain because of all the stressors we're exposed to and environmental exposures, can cause a maladaptive response. And this gets hardwired in our brain. It creates what they call, in technical terms, a neuroplasticity to actually be in this fight or flight response. So it takes less to trigger us into that stressful maladaptive response. All right, so how do we cope with this? Well, we can't change our genetics, but we can use different things like lifestyle, stress modulating techniques, and essential oils to help our bodies and brains calm down. What I love about essential oils is that even just the influence of smell is going to affect where our brain has more action, right? They've done fMRI studies which look at the activity in the brain, and just inhaling something actually changes how the brain processes and what area of the brain is highlighted. So you can go from a fight or flight or survival part of the brain to actually better executive functioning. So rather than kind of behaving from a reptilian part of the brain where it just wants to run from the stress, you can get a more calm, eased ability to deal with the stress. And then memories are also ignited with different smells. So we can get out of kind of we can be brought from kind of the stressful reality and inhale something that brings us back to a positive memory. And that's just from the aroma alone. Essential oils actually have been shown on the biochemical and physical level to modulate some of these stress responses through their different, they fit in our little cells and receptor sites that affect our neurotransmitters, and they've actually done MRI studies that these different aromas can impact, again, how the brain functions, just in the aroma and the biochemical constituents themselves. I got a little geeky here, but this is an introduction of what's to come, and there's a great article link that I'm going to provide for you if you missed it in the first article, and really goes into the nitty-gritty on the neurobiology of the stress response in the brain. So I hope this was helpful for you. Big tip here is that if you love essential oils like I do, they're a great way to calm the brain, and positive smell associations can also help you too. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is, well, if you're feeling a little bit extreme in your diet and fitness, it might actually be better for your health to ease up on that and enjoy the quality relationships that are already present. I also provided you with links on how to have healthier relationships in previous articles, so make sure you check that out. Please provide any comments or feedback that you have for these videos, and know that I'm sending you my gratitude and sending you my blessings for a really happy holiday that's more comforting and easing than any other holiday you've ever had. Thanks for listening, and I will be back. Have a great day.